Hey there, friends. I hope that you're having a lovely Saturday. I've got a couple new journals to go into the shop today. I just finished a really fun video, y'all, and I should have it posted by now. It was balloon painting, where you blew up balloons and you stuck the balloons in paint and you painted with them, and I made flowers today, and they looked so neat and fun. So do check out my latest process video for balloon painting. I love keys, so this fabric just resonates with me. I think keys are one of those iconic sort of tangible things that will eventually go away. You know, we used to need a key to get in a hotel room. We used to need a key to start our car. We used to need a key to get into our house. And everything is moving from tangible keys, like this one right here, to keypads. So, you know, it kind of makes me wonder, you know, we all talk about handwriting and how handwriting is going to go away, and, you know, we've already, the art of letter writing has kind of gone the way of the dodo bird. So, you know, you just have to kind of wonder if keys are kind of heading in that direction. Anyway, I have a new key journal for you, and I wanted to take you through this. I have some new sparkly beads to work with from my art angel. She's very much like my art fairy. She just sends me the most beautiful things. So this book is done in some hematite and glass beads, some check beads. So I really did have so much fun putting this together. Isn't that a pretty bead strand? She sparkles so sweetly. And, of course, one of my altered keys goes on this key book. So let's take a little peek inside. You know, I think when we're thinking about keys, we also think about mystery and what keys unlock. You know, is a key going to unlock this mysterious box here, or is a key going to unlock this mystery room that nobody seems to want to go into? So I thought we would start our book with one of our mystery ladies. I really do love her steampunk imagery, and when we think of keys too, we kind of think of that whole Victorian steampunk sort of aesthetic. So she has gears in her hair. I just think she's just super neato. Of course, we're encouraging you to tell your story. When I think about story, I think about my past story, but I think about the story that I would like my life to be. And that's where my story focus has centered of late, just to tell myself a new story. You know, you tend to tell yourself the story that your parents told you. Well, what if you just tell yourself a new story about what you want to do in your adventures, and you just start feeling better. You start feeling like everything is working out exactly the way it should for you. A sense of story is very, very important, and it's important for you to tell your story. If you aren't happy with your story, tell yourself a different story. As a matter of fact, write it in this book. Write yourself a brand new story in this book, stick it right here, and read it every day. We have a wooden key for you to play with, and there's a skinny book right here. These papers are from the Theodosia Square collection. Really love it. A little bit of Alice in Wonderland for you. I love this because it's the part where she runs across the cake that says "Eat Me." Love that. And some pretty key paper. Of course, if we're thinking keys, we're thinking travel. And I thought that this beautiful rendition of a ship would be really, really pretty, because we think about going places. We think about, you know, keys to hotel rooms, like I said, keys to cars. You know, the compass rose is a key on a map. Alice's trip down the rabbit hole is, you know, keys and trips just kind of go together. I've got some Cracker Barrel ephemera for you. These are such beautiful pages. This is from a magazine called Victoria. and it is Victoria creating an intimate place for yourself, and the imagery is just so beautiful, and I think that you will really enjoy reading the articles. A lot of them have to do with women who are artists and writers. This is from a book called Reminisce from 1992. It's about the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. Again, very rich stories. I think you will love them. This is a map of Appomattox. Right there, a little bit of Chinese caricatures for you, because, you know, if you have a key and you can travel to places, then why not go to China? This is a double pocket with lots of things for you to play with in both of these. Sorry, this came off. We were talking about a compass rose, and there's a compass rose right there. That's a key to a map. And a rolling bag. Who among us does not have a good rolling bag? Mine is beat to pieces, and the last time that I packed it to go to my sister's house, one of the wheels fell off. So it's been a place or two. Thank goodness. I love to go places, but I also love to be at home. Home is my refuge. I have a photograph for you to play with. Lots of papers. This is a storage room. You know, what's in that storage room? It's always locked. What's in there? I love Alice in Wonderland. This is such a cool story. Of a more serious interest is the fact that Alice had a son named Carrie Lytle Hargreaves. Alice's one major romance before she married Reginald Hargreaves was with England's Prince Leopold. They met when he was a Christ Church undergrad. Queen Victoria considered unthinkable his marrying anyone other than a princess, and Mrs. Lytle agreed. Alice wore a gift from the prince on her wedding gown, and she named her second son Leopold. A few weeks later, Prince Leopold married to a princess named a daughter Alice. It is hard to believe that when Alice called her third son Carol, she did not have her old mathematician teacher in mind. What a great story. I've got some stickers for you. It says Stop Men at Work, and some arrows, gas pumps. This too is from my Alice in Wonderland book that I am saving as much as possible. This is the little mouse, and the mouse says, "Mine is a long and sad tale," says the mouse. These are the Peter Newell illustrations in that book, and I am carefully clipping them. Like I said, I'm salvaging the book, keeping everything that I can. And of course, since we made mention of a mouse, I thought that this little guy would be appropriate here, and he's got a little wine glass in his hands. The high word is Swiss cheese. Stickers for you to play with. I thought that you might like to have a key to alter, and if you'll look in my videos, you can find the altered key video. I thought you guys might like to have that. This is a photo of an old farmhouse. Is that where you're going on your travels? I love the idea of having an old farmhouse. A lot of work. A fabric page. This is a paint your own masterpiece page. Are you traveling to see a masterpiece? Is that what is on your travel list? Your key to the world awaits you. Here are some little chipboard pieces for you to play with. Some inky papers. I am loving my inky papers. I am having the best time, but boy, I ink up my hands really, really bad when I do them. Today is a good day, but you can see that my hands are my hands are cracked and chapped. I'm almost ashamed to let you guys see that, but I don't know what to do. I put lotion on them, and if anybody has any kind of suggestions for lotion, that would be great. This is from a Seven Gypsies paper pad. These are locks and keys, and on the back are doors that have sentiments on them as well. So there's a double piece there. I loved this this sentiment in an old sympathy card. It says, "What can we say except that we care?" And I love that, so I wanted to save that. This is, look at that, isn't that sweet? One of Judy's children made this. She teaches daycare, and the kids were recycling and repurposing Christmas cards, so they made little notebooks out of them. Just thought it was so super cool. And here's a small piece of vinyl for you. My boyfriend does vinyl interiors in cars, among lots of other things. He's a musician as well. But he has lots of this vinyl left over, and it's such a nice tactile thing to play with, and I knew that you guys would love to have a piece. Time with a friend is time well spent. This is just a little inspirational poem for you. Sweet little bluebird. And traveling. You know, we've been talking about traveling. This is from San Francisco, and it talks about finding the right streetcar. And then this one is talking about traveling by cable car, which I kind of did not know that it was a whole different thing. So that was kind of something cool to learn. A doggy, because we just got to have doggies. And there's a cutout of an owl for you to play with. Some sweet Tim Holtz vellum that I just thought, I know that you guys are going to make something so beautiful out of these two pieces. And you know, don't forget, all of these papers, you take them out, you put them with the fibers, you play with the washi tape. They're just books like to play and play and play with. This is the number 8, which also appears on the front of my book. I love the number 8 because it represents infinity. And since we're all infinite beings, I thought that was really appropriate. We have some pointy fingers on some tickets for you. Some fiber that I'm crazy about, any kind of braiding or anything like this. This is super cool. This is a piece of ephemera from 1919. That's a beautiful envelope and a beautiful stamp. A little bit of Hardy Boys for you. Some sheet music that is English, German, and Latin. I thought that was really pretty. 1941 ledger paper. Some leaves. This is also just remarkable paper, and even there's a little greeting still on this envelope from 1935. It's been there that long. The paper is remarkable. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but it's like embossed. It's really amazing. 1935. Beautiful envelope. And here we have a pocket full of stuff. We've got some mini tags for you to play with. Envelope flowers for you to create. Some corrugated cardboard. Again, that texture, tactile kind of thing. And here is a check from 1906. The check is in plastic. So, no, it won't get damaged. 1906. So you got 1906. The sheet music's from 1930. The Hardy Boys is from 1950. This is from 1935. The ledger paper's from 1941. Lots and lots of ephemera right here for you to just dive into. I love this flower because I thought that it kind of matched the period, This is some more stuff for you to play with. This is a Take 5 challenge. Leanne over at Creatively Free to Be Me does this Take 5 challenge. Take 5 art. So if you're looking for it, it's hashtag Take the number 5 art. and I did this, and I thought, you know, I was not in love with it, but now I am. I thought it turned out pretty good. I think it's important to make art all the time, and even if you don't love it, don't ditch it. I know it's sometimes we want to. Don't ditch it. It's really, you know, it grows on you, and it's part of you. It's part of your process. It's part of your learning. So, you know, hold on and cherish the things that you make. And we've got a little red bird up here. I think this is a placemat. It was super pretty. I loved it. More fabric pages for you. Some vellum, a pocket full of fun that says happy for you, a napkin because we can do all kinds of things with napkin shawl, and some more of the Take 5 Art Challenge. This one says believe. Got a handmade paper flower for you. This is a card for you to alter, and a dress form right here. There is some ATCs back here, some sparkly ribbon. This is my favorite ribbon. I think it's so pretty. We've got some border strips for you and some pattern paper. We're going to call this the Key to Success, and it is $40, and this little book will be going in the shop later on this afternoon. I'm kind of into peacocks. This kind of just happened, so I don't know why my art angel friend has been sending me peacock this and peacock that, and it's like, oh my gosh, you know, I really do love peacocks and did not even know I did it. I didn't even know I did love peacocks. This book is finished with some tassels and some glass beads. I just thought these were so pretty and just really did go with this fun peacock on the front so perfectly. And remember that the peacock is the official bird of India. Oops, sorry, my paper shifted. And we start out with a mystery lady, because that's just fun. And your book features some peacock paper, and it says soulmate. You can take that any way you want. You can be your own best soulmate, or you can write about a soulmate, or how you'd like to find a soulmate, whatever you want to do. I've got inky papers for you, a little bit of education, ephemera, some fairy stickers, because I thought that you could make your own Valentines. Here's a Valentine card, but there are also some things to color in this little pocket. There are tickets right here, and I thought that the little fairy stickers would look great on some of your Valentines. More things to color. A fabric page for you. Just love that peacock. She looks like she's looking at you, doesn't she? A beautiful photograph. I send things like this to my mom, and she'll go, that was so peaceful. I go, yes, Mama, it was. She's particularly fond of the sparkly kind of, the sparkly Christmas photographs and things like that. Here are some sequins for you to play with. Now, there are 3 different kinds of sequins. There's a turquoise, there's a pink, and then this is like an iridescent for you to play with, and they're all on nice fibers. I'm loving my inky papers, and even thought that that looks like a peacock tail. Got a beautiful little leaf for you, and a quote, I shall pass through this world but once. If therefore there be any kindness I can show, or any good thing I can do, let me do it now, for I shall not pass this way again. Isn't that just beautiful? Very true, isn't it? Live for today. Bookmark, some more tickets for you, a piece of packaging that you can make into a tag. Some flowers, and the background paper here says sunny state of mind. So I thought, well, you know, We'll put some nice tropical little animals in here. We've got a loggerhead turtle, and I think that is an angelfish, and you can color those. There's a card for you to alter. I love these sparkly, sparkly bookmarks. They just make me happy. Raspberries. You know, we're coming into the season. The strawberry season is happening at the farm now. You know, we're getting ready for our festivals, and strawberries won't be with us until May, but it's time to start thinking about all things berry. And I just tell you, there's nothing, you know, better than a fresh berry right when they come in season. If we're talking about berries, then we got to talk about batters too, because strawberry pie, blackberry pie, raspberry pie, whatever, batters and cakes. This is from the Great American Recipes book. I can't really think about baking without thinking about my blessed mother-in-law. She could bake a cake, y'all, that would rival anything that you would see in a bakery. I don't know how she did it. She could do a lot of things. She was an excellent cook. She was a wonderful mother. She was a great housekeeper. She was a wonderful worker. She just made life better. That's just all there was to it. She just made life better in everything that she touched. The church would call her, and she would make pies and cakes, especially cakes for folks who had experienced loss. And she would take the cakes to their homes so they could serve the family members that were coming to the home to attend funerals and that sort of thing. She was just amazing. I mean, like, her cakes were out of this world. This is another piece from the Reminisce magazine that was published in 1992, but this is a little story about during the Depression, we lived on a small farm along the Illinois River, so we knew what feed sack dresses were all about. All our dresses and skirts were made from that material, and only that material. And there's a photo of a vintage Singer sewing machine here. It says sewing machines like the vintage Singer in photo above were vital to most Depression-era households. Some women became so skilled at creating clothes for their families that they made their own patterns. That is just remarkable to me. That is, I can't even imagine being able to concentrate during that time, much less be incredibly creative. And most women were. You know, you just, what is the adage? Make it do, wear it out. Make it do without. Use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without. Incredible. This is another piece from the Victoria magazine. It says, "Lucky is the woman who courts the muse at home, for in the process she provides a daily atmosphere for herself that is both stimulating and serene, one in which her creative talents can grow and flourish. Such a place, described by Louisa May Alcott as a little kingdom I possess where thoughts and feelings dwell, answers the deep hunger of all of those with artistic pursuits." I just got a little chill. It's so sweet. I really do love that. I love creating at home. I feel so fortunate to be able to have a little spare bedroom to kind of call my own and to have my little creative muse time in. This is some of the handmade Indian paper that I featured in my Petite Peacock book. This is a package of ATCs and things for you to create with right here. Border strips, some more of the, I like that one. More of the hashtag take the number 5 art. Take 5 art. So visit Leanne over at Creatively Free to Be Me and check out Take 5 art. I have an oversized ATC for you to play with, border strips here, and a sweet little butterfly up there. doggies, because we got to have doggies and everything. My doggies are downstairs. It's a little too chilly to be outside playing in the yard today. And when I say play, I mean digging holes to china. A little too chilly for that. We have a wooden element for you that says love, and there's a sweet little heart right there. A butterfly, some super cool paper, and my favorite ribbon of all time, some corrugated cardboard, and a skinny book for you. I got a little Hardy Boys for you, but I got a little carried away with Hardy Boys because I opened it one day and I did some spraying, so you accidentally have a very pretty sprayed Hardy Boys Hardy Boys page here. Got a little bit of the Red Cross 1942 Home Nursing Manual. This is one of the vintage Christmas cards, and I just got more vintage Christmas cards. I'm so excited to go through them. This one is signed Love to Both, Luella. I did not know this. I had no idea the S&H green stamps you could use to get buses, organs, or ambulances. Paste one single stamp in each of the 50 blocks on this page. So that is really a look back. Good Housekeeping guarantees performance of America's most valuable stamp plan. Does anybody do that anymore? I think everything's digital now. So you don't get, you might get bonus points on a digital good customer card. But, nobody's going to hand you something like this and expect you to stick it on a piece of paper. Another one of those things that's just going away. And things like this were so cool. I remember my mom getting them, and I know that she bought Christmas for us like that. This is ephemera from New York, and it's dated 1923. Now, what was cool with this, guys, and look inside the envelope to see this. The stamp is the Electrical and Industrial Exposition, Grand Central Palace, October 17th to the 27th, 1923. I Googled this, and there is all kinds of cool information about the Electrical and Industrial Exposition in New York in 1923. My main question when I saw Electrical Industrial Exposition was Nikola Tesla there? Nope. And I'm a Tesla person. I really like Tesla. God, I'm such a nerd. I've got a sweet little maple leaf for you. A pocket full of fun to play with a big dog and a little tiny cat. Animals are such agreeable friends. They ask no questions. They pass no criticisms. And that's a quote by George Eliot. There's more of the Indian paper in here for you to play with. I've got a skinny book right there. Lots of fibers, guys. These fibers are just so much fun. Lots of lace for you. This is a stencil, just a paper stencil for you to play with. I'm sorry, we're tangled up back here. Our hair is tangled up. I love this color blue. And there's a postcard right there that says love and some sticky notes for you. More of the beautiful glittery Indian paper. A nice little double pocket that features butterflies that has papers for you to play with. A bluebird, Chinese text. This is another thing going away. A name, address, city, phone. There's no email up here. Things like tangible address books and things like that are going away. My mom has one, and that's one of those things that my sister and I are going to have a big fight over when she makes her transition to non-physical, because I think we both want the old address book that my mother's had for, honestly, as long as I remember. More things for you to play with. More of the sparkly paper. Ooh, it's so pretty, you guys. It's handmade Indian paper. So gorgeous. A little bit of resist for you to play with. A piece of Alice. This time she says, now I'm opening out like the largest telescope that ever was. And this is one of the Peter Newell illustrations from Alice in Wonderland, from the annotated Alice, that I am in the process of saving as much as possible. She's in a little persnickety shape there. A fabric page for you. Some keys. Part of the J. Peterman catalog. I just love J. Peterman. And the very back pocket has a paper doll. A little boy, all dressed in blue, and he's doing some fishing. And a dress form, pattern paper, and just a big smattering of papers for you to play with back here. This is another tricky closure, y'all. You know, we do it on the side. That seems to work out best. Miss Peacock is $40, and she's going in the shop this afternoon. So I hope you guys enjoyed these little journals. I'm sorry, 40. I'm sorry, guys. These journals are big journals. They're 45. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and for looking at my journals. Thank you for supporting my Etsy shop. And I hope you guys have a sensational Saturday. Talk to you soon, y'all. Take care.